Alright, in this video we're going to use this while loop that we took before, but there's another different way to get out of the loop, which I'll show you. Both of them work totally fine, and so it's kind of your preference which one that you choose to use. So to review, this is the program that we wrote in Groundwork 5C with the poultry and chicken and duck and all. So the way that we get out of this loop is that we're doing this break, and that is in the else of this if statement. And that works totally fine. If we don't do the break, then the while loop just continues forever because this is a while true. True is always true, obviously, and so that means it continues forever. But this doesn't have to be the case. We can put some kind of expression in here that may be true sometimes and may be false other times. And then when it's false, basically loop ends. So what we're going to do is we're going to put poultry equals, well, poultry equals chicken, or poultry equals duck. Okay, so we have seen this kind of expression before, of course, because this is from we put this inside a if sometimes, right? This is a compound conditional. And so either of these to be true means that the whole thing is true. Okay, so are we done? Okay, let's take away this break. And so basically the idea is if poultry is chicken or duck, then we keep on doing this loop. And if it's not chicken or duck, then we end the loop. Then this condition becomes false, and we have while false. If we have while false, loop ends, and we'll go down to here. Let's try it out. Okay, errors all over the place. So what's happening here? The name poultry is not defined. So this is a pretty common error. I don't know if you've ran into this error before. But if we ever have something like, this is kind of the key word here, not defined, that means we're trying to use a variable, but the computer doesn't know what that variable is. So in this case, the very first line of our program, we have poultry equals chicken, but we've never said what poultry is. We've never defined that variable. And in fact, we don't define it until here. Poultry equals some stuff. Right? So basically, we have to go before this while starts and say poultry equals some stuff. Okay? What should we put into the poultry variable in this case? Well, often when we're initializing variables, we will put either empty string, right? So this quotation mark is empty string, or if we're doing a number, we do 0, right? So empty string, poultry is empty string, and then it doesn't really start until we have meaningful things to put in there, which is happening here, right? But this is not going to work because when we get to our while loop, poultry equals chicken or poultry equals duck, well, it doesn't. It equals this, like basically nothing. So if we try and run this, we're not going to get an error, but we're going to get thanks for coming, which is after the loop. That means basically it didn't do any of this. It didn't do anything in the loop at all. That's not what we want either. So what we will have to do is we'll have to take this and just copy it. And we'll ask the question outside the loop before the loop starts, as for the first time, But we still have to keep this in the loop because we still want to keep asking it. And so we have this strange situation where we have to kind of duplicate that line of code. Not ideal, but that's what kind of works in this case. Okay, so let's say chicken. Okay, enter the type of poultry to cook. Well, I already said chicken. Why didn't you give me a message of some kind? And we'll see the problem here, which is, okay, I've done this. I've entered chicken. It goes here. And so it evaluates, okay, poultry equals chicken. That's true. So this while loop is now true. So let's go in here and what do we see? Poultry equals input, or sorry, poultry equals input. That's not really what we want because we already entered chicken. So we're going to move this. We will move this to, oops. We're going to move this to the end, the bottom of the loop, right there. Okay. So we have our very first input. We have the loop. We can get into the loop. And once we're into the loop, we have our regular if statement. And then after the if statement is over, we get the next input, and depending on the next input, we come up to here and see if that's true or not. Let's give it a try. Chicken. Yes, chef, chicken going in. Enter the type of poultry to cook. Let's say chicken again. Yes, chicken going in, chicken again, chicken going in. Let's say duck. Duck into the oven. Duck into the oven now. Okay, it is working. Excellent. And let's say turkey, and it ends. So what happened was we were here. That's right here. Okay, we entered. We input turkey, so now poultry is turkey. And so we went up to here and said, okay, is it turkey? And so turkey, we didn't find it here. So that means this while loop does not run. And so we go down to here, thanks for coming. Problem, this didn't happen. Okay, so it didn't happen because when we said turkey here, it never even went into the loop at all. So that is not going to happen. So let's just put that outside. Okay, delete this. Okay, so now we have the if here is stripped down a little because we took away the else. This poultry input thing is the same. Goes back up here. We say turkey. This is not true. And so we come back to here. Sorry, we don't have that. Let's try. Enter the type of poultry, turkey. Sorry, you don't have that. Thanks for coming. Okay, so it worked. So this is how we have to kind of structure things if we're going to use the while and then have a condition of some kind. So it's up to you which way you want to use. And just to remind you, the other way was true. Just to let you know, I have a capital T here. I'm not sure if you ran into the problem. If you have a small t, it's not going to work. You get some kind of name error. And that's because this true, if it's a capital T, you can see it's the keyword color. So it's a keyword in Python. Small t, not a keyword in Python. Same with false. False, capital F is a keyword in Python. False, small f is not. Okay, so that is all for this video. Again, both ways of doing while loops, they both work fine. So it's just a preference which one that you would prefer to use. All right, that's all for this lesson. See you in the next one.